Extremely graphic images, AI generated of Taylor Swift, are going viral on social media. And Swifties, the big fans of Taylor Swift, are doing everything they can to mass report these images and get them taken down. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, when I first saw this story, people were posting about, I'm going to keep it family friendly. I'm not going to go into great detail. I do have images. I have them pulled up. They will be blurred, but so you won't be able to see anything. But I will show you the tweets do exist. And I saw someone post about what it was. I'm seeing all these people say, I can't share this stuff. This is what blew my mind. I'm like, what AI service are they using that allows them to make graphic adult content? Listen, I want to make sure you all understand. I am not talking about, there are some images you might find where it's like Taylor's bent over in like a creepy way with a bunch of guys around her. No, there's actual images of like, woo, wow. Like full exposure, men doing things, it exists. This is wild. I think it's wrong. I think it's gross. I get that people are going to do it. And I get that with AI. I don't think there's anything that can be done to stop it. Now, if there is anybody who could bring about something that would cause this to change, it'd be Taylor Swift. It is, man, this is a crazy story. It really, really is. Fury, as extremely graphic AI pictures of Taylor Swift go viral and outraged fans call out image makers for harassment and predatory behavior. I don't know what to tell you, man. The issue here is the ubiquity of these AI services, the ease at which the image can be produced. I was thinking about this, like, what if someone drew a picture of a celebrity engaged in these behaviors and then posted it online? People would be like, oh, come on, dude, what are you doing? Some people are going to like it a lot. But now that anybody can just type in a word and press enter and the AI will make it, there is nothing you can do to stop this. They say this season, Swift adopted the Chiefs as her NFL team and she began dating star player Travis Kelce. The new images show Swift in various sexualized poses. It's not clear where the images originated from. On Thursday morning, Taylor Swift AI was a trending topic on X, formerly known as Twitter. And I want to give a shout out to all the Swifties who are mass reporting and taking these things down. I'll tell you why. Look, I know there's going to be a lot of people who are going to say free speech. Yeah, I don't think I think porn should be banned on X. Here's the way it should operate. If you go to a social media platform and you want to be able to see adult content, you should have to be logged in, proving how old you are. There's a lot of people that say, Tim wants Nikki Haley and wants to get your IDs. Yeah, if you want to look at porn. Otherwise, you're fine. You can go out into public and go to any bookstore you want. You don't need an ID. Ain't nobody got to check and see who you are. You want to go to the adult bookstore, they're going to check your ID. Why? Because we don't want kids going into adult bookstores. That's simple, right? That means on X, we get a multifaceted operation-y. It means if you want to browse the website totally normally, you don't need an ID or anything like that. But if you want to look at adult content, you got to prove how old you are. Because we don't want kids gambling. We don't want kids getting tattoos. We don't want kids getting sex changes. We don't want kids looking at adult content. It's a weird argument, too, that people have. Because I point at these books like Genderqueer, and I'm like, these are inappropriate for kids. And people are like, I agree. And then I'm like, also, they should be able to see it on Twitter as well. Well, hold on there a minute. We shouldn't have to give our IDs to go on Twitter. Do you want to keep kids safe from graphic adult content? So for that reason, this should be totally removed. And the Swifties who are going in there and getting it taken down are doing the Lord's work. Now, some people may say, I have a right to see AI-generated graphic images. I would argue this is, now you're getting into area of property rights, intellectual property rights. And I'd say this violates Taylor Swift's intellectual property rights. Some might argue it's satire and parody. Okay, it is transformative. We got ourselves a heck of a doozy right here. You can make the argument about IDs and all that stuff, but if someone's monetizing this, now they're in violation of property rights. I wonder if it's defamatory. I wonder if it may be defamation per se, because these are AI images meant to simulate real life, and some people may actually believe they're real. This is, I have no idea how you approach this stuff legally. It's one thing when someone makes art that's clearly art, not a real image. It's another thing when someone can generate. Now these images, I got to tell you, they're obviously AI generated. Yo, a couple of them. A lot of what they're talking about with the Chiefs, these photos are adult content, but many of them are not overly graphic. They're just really like, come on, we know what's going on in these photos. Some of them that I've seen are like, you can see full frontal, and like Taylor Swift is doing adult things to men. It's wild. This is crazy stuff. They say, according to an analysis by an independent researcher, Genevieve O, that was shared with the AP in December, more than 143,000 new deepfake videos were posted online this year, which surpasses every other year combined. How is this not considered? Here's one user. How is it not considered sexual assault? I can't be the only one who is finding this weird and uncomfortable. We are talking about the body and the face of a woman being used for something she probably would never allow. Feel comfortable. How are there no regulation laws preventing this? I don't know how you regulate this. I got to be honest. What is the law? You can't make artistic depictions of a person. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand these are obscene, offensive. Perhaps there is a civil tort violation. Perhaps there is copyright infringement. Perhaps there is defamation. But then you'd have to prove that they were intentionally trying to deceive people into thinking it was a real thing. If someone produces that, I mean, here's the challenge. Anyone can make this anonymously and share it, and it goes viral. So what are you going to do? I don't know what you're going to do. Non-consensual deep fake porn is illegal in Texas, Minnesota, New York, Virginia, Hawaii, Georgia, Illinois, and California. Victims can sue the creators in court for defamation. That means it's not illegal. It's a civil tort. That means you defamed them. That's what I was saying. Quote, I'm going to need the entirety of the adult Swiftie community to log into Twitter, search the term Taylor Swift AI, click the media tab, and report every single AI-generated pornographic photo of Taylor they can see, because I'm effing done with this BS. Get it together, Elon, one enraged Swift fan wrote. I do believe it shouldn't be there. I understand Taylor Swift fans are offended by it. It should not be there because it's porn, and that shouldn't be available to children. I'm going to activate the blur extension, and I'm going to go ahead and hope that it works. Here's one page. This is this guy, Lord Nate, saying, we're loving the AI more than Taylor Swift herself. These images that I've chosen that are blurred, I can explain because they are the least graphic of the graphic images. These ones don't show full-scale adult activity. These are just lewd positions. The first image is Taylor Swift on the ground with a bunch of men behind her, and she's naked. The next one is her bent over, naked, with men behind her. Maybe some of you have seen these before. One of them has Taylor bent over a railing. You can't really, I'm not going to explain what these images are. You can't see them. But they exist. They're on the platform. And I think they should be removed. Advocates and some legal experts are also calling for federal regulation that can provide uniform protections across the country and send a strong message to current and would-be perpetrators. The problem with deepfakes isn't new, but experts say it's getting worse as the technology to produce it becomes more available and easier to use. I'm sorry. There's nothing you can do. A 12-year-old kid in Guatemala can type into a computer, make this, and post it. And we can try to play the game of whack-a-mole to remove it. The only answer here, I suppose, would be AI detection technology to try and seek out these things and remove them. But I got to be honest. I do not know how you will solve for this problem. Taylor Swift, she's not the only one targeted by this. It's just that because she is probably one of the most famous people in the world, that her fans are bringing attention to it and they're putting a stop to it. But there are whole websites dedicated to, you name it, any celebrity, any personality. People are making this stuff and it's everywhere. I suppose the only issue here is that they put it on X and then it generated a bunch of, buzz. They say in June 2023, the FBI warned it was continuing to receive reports from victims, both minors and adults, whose photos or videos were used to create explicit content that was shared online. In addition to the states with laws already in the books, other states are considering their own legislation, including New Jersey, where a bill is currently in the works to ban deepfake porn and impose penalties, either jail time, a fine, or both, on those who spread it. Joe Biden signed an executive order in October that, among other things, called for barring the use of generative AI to produce child abuse material or non-consensual intimate imagery of real individuals. The order also directs the federal government to issue guidance to label and watermark AI-generated content to help differentiate between authentic and materials made by software. Yeah, but come on. Some argue for caution. The ACLU, the EFF and the Media Coalition, saying that careful consideration is needed to avoid proposals that may run afoul of the First Amendment. Some concerns about abusive deepfakes can be addressed under existing cyber harassment laws. Whether federal or state, there must be substantial conversation and stakeholder input to ensure any bill is not overbroad and addresses the stated problem. I don't have an easy solution for you guys, because people are going to cry free speech. I feel like this will go to the Supreme Court, and someone will make the argument they're allowed to create art. That's what they're going to call it. I don't know. And I suppose the legal argument right now, the precedent is going to be as long as you're not monetizing it. We'll see. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up at 6 p.m. on this channel. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.